Welcome back to Baddie Bree's Diary podcast. Happy Black History Month. We black and we proud. Say it loud. I think one of our episodes we'll talk about Black history. Mm, I'm gonna do a little bit of a polling through some people before I do that episode because I don't want to talk about things that people don't want to hear about. But yes. So today we're going to be talking about friendship. Okay. Now, I'm 26, so I've gone through a few friendships. I've lost friends, I've gained friends, I've cut friends off. I've realized, they're not really my friend. I'm being used or manipulated, or maybe they're more of an acquaintance versus a real friend. So today, that's what we're going to get into. So, first thing we're going to talk about is valuing your friendships, right? Now, every friendship is different. Everybody is different. For me, I value my friends who are honest with me, who keep me in check, because sometimes I need someone to be like, that wasn't right. 3, I need friends who, when I'm having a bad day, I know I can call on, but when I'm having a good day, I know I can call on. The friends who want to do good when you're doing good. The friends that are like, girl, we gonna get this summer body, and we gonna get that summer body. I expect from my friends loyalty, because I give loyalty. I expect from my friends kindness, because I'm kind to them, and I would like them to be kind to me. I don't expect the world, and once again, every friendship is different, but I at least expect people to treat me right. Not lie to me, not manipulate me, not gaslight me, not play with me, but be honest with me. Be real. I don't have the energy for fake friends or people who hate me, but they love what I bring to the table. I hate that I hate that quote, but I just can't stand when people are like, she's cool, but when I hang with her, I always get free food. Ma'am, I'm not a buffet. Like, so valuing your friends is very important. You got to learn how to, one, show people, and everybody shows their like appreciation differently, but when you have friends, you show them, right? An example. So when I was in college, I lived with my college best friend, and sometimes she worked a different shift than I did. And when she would get home later than me, I would turn on the light outside the front door, and so when she would come home, she wouldn't have to look. She wouldn't have to use her phone to see the keyhole or nothing. She would just be able to put her key and come in. I consider that doing something for her. Now, you might be like, oh, you're just turning the light on. But I don't need the light outside the house on when I'm in the house. And I only did it when she worked late nights. But I did that because I was considerate, and I was like, I know how hard it is for me when I be trying to find my key, find the hole. I got my, work bag. I got all this stuff from my car. Maybe I have my lunch or whatever, or my leftovers in my hand. And so I would do that. Or another friend that I lived with, or not really a friend, but we'll get into that. When we worked together and we had the same shift, I always drove them home. And I never asked for gas money. I never took their tip. But there was someone else who worked with us who wasn't my friend. And whenever I drove them, I always took their tip. I always be like, give me your $3 tip. Just give me your tip. Or give me a few bucks or whatever. But that person, I never asked for gas money. I never asked for tip. I dropped them off, no problem, and be A-okay with that. Because I liked them. They were my friend. They were cool. So there's different ways to show that you value people, whether it's letting somebody come and chill with you when they need time. Like sometimes people will be like, oh, um, like I had friends who went to the same college as me, but they didn't live in the city of where we went to school. So they would be like, hey, I have 3 classes today, but my first 2 classes are back to back, and my third one is like 2 hours later. Do you mind if I come, sit in your bedroom for a couple, for like an hour or so, and just watch TV with you or something, or just chit chat and stuff? And I'd let them come sit with me in my room, or be like, oh yeah, you can come with me. I'm about to run to the store if you want to come. Like, come grocery shop with me or something. And that's me showing them like I care, I appreciate, and all of that. And then there's other things. There's times where I would pick up friends, or I would go out of my way to do things. Oh, I was in the store and I saw this thing and it made me think of you, so I bought it. Here you go. you know because there's, like I said, there's different ways to show you care. For me, I do it with action, and sometimes my time, because like if I don't like you, I'm not giving up my free time for you. I won't. I refuse to. But if I like you and I think you're cool, I will. I'll be like, we gonna get it together, okay? But like learning how to be like, you know what? You took me out last week. I'm gonna take you out. That's showing value, showing that you care. And value might be like maybe not showing that you value your friendship, but maybe showing that you appreciate them for what they've done for you, for them supporting you, loving and caring for you. That's a good thing. For me, like I said, it's showing time, it's doing little things. It's like leaving the light on, leaving let me see. Like knowing that, oh, like when I was at my grandparents, my grandpa likes coffee. So every morning when I made my coffee, I made enough so that he can have a cup and I can have a cup, right? Because I value my grandpa and I love how he treats me and I love how I treat him, and we have a good relationship. So I show him I care by making that cup of coffee. And some people be like, oh, it's just a cup of coffee. But he really appreciated it. Every time he'd be like, I smell coffee, I'd be like, your cup, I'll bring you your cup right now. Give me one sec. Like, he'd be like, can you make me a cup of coffee? I got you. Don't even worry. It's already brewing. Just give me 5 minutes. He'll be ready. You want me to go get your creamer? Like, and that's like a way of showing love and care, being on the phone with someone. Like, my college best friend, once again, when we live together, she knows me very well. I don't like being hugged. I don't. And if you're going to hug me, you kind of have to ask me, can I get a hug? Or, do you mind if I get a hug? And so people who know me and actually care, they'll ask, can I get a hug from you? Do you mind if I give you a hug? Like, I've had people ask that. And I think that's showing that they value me and they care about me. Because to me, it's like, I don't like being hugged. I've made it clear to my friends. And so them saying like, can I give you a hug? Or, one time my college best friend was going through something. I can't specifically remember what she was going through, but she was like, I need a hug. Do you mind if I get a hug? Can I give you a hug? I was like, come here, girl. Come here. You okay? It's okay. Right? Even though inside I was like, I don't like hugs. I don't like hugs. I don't like hugs. She needed a hug, so I gave her a hug. Sometimes when your friend needs something, you put aside what you need, or maybe you kind of like ignore your discomfort just a little, not all the time, not a lot, but you do that and you give them that hug, right? So showing your appreciation, whether it's on their birthday, you buy them a round of shots, or you take them out to eat and you pay for their dinner, or you buy them a cake or make a cake. There's so many ways to show people you care for them and you see them and you want to do for them and you want them to know that you love them and care for them and appreciate them. Because honestly, when I was going through all my stuff after my mom passed, the people who were there and actually like showed that they gave a fuck about me really made me be like, see, that's why we're friends. And that's why you will be a day one for me. because you guys could have left me in the dark. Y'all could have not pretended to care about me, not, just let me be where I was, but you didn't. You kept calling, you kept texting, you checked up on me, and I really appreciated that. And now, anytime they need something, I do the same for them. I'm like, I'm here for you. And it's really good to know that there are good quality people that want to be my friend out there, because I've had the time where I lost friends or people left me or dropped me. And sometimes I deserved it, sometimes I didn't. Sometimes it was just like we grew apart. And when we grow apart, that's different. When we grow apart, that just means we were walking one line or walking that straight and narrow, and then you made a right and I made a left. And the left made sense for my life and the right made sense for your life. So it makes sense, right? But when someone's like, um, you're too happy. I don't like that. Okay, cool. Bye. Sayonara. Deuces. Adios. You know, Arvida say whatever they be saying. This is why I only speak English. But like, you gotta learn how to appreciate people. And I've had to learn this at my age, that losing friends happens, reason and season. You came into my life for a reason or a season. Maybe you were here to teach me that I settle for for things too easily, or I'm too easy to get over, and all these things. So, but another thing we have to talk about is communication with our friends, right? And like I said, every friendship's different. I have some friends where we talk maybe once a month, maybe every other week, maybe, we just text. It just depends. Once again, my college best friend, last year, my sister, and my college best friend were in a book club we created. And we only did like 3-4 months, and then life got real busy and we didn't do it. But we called each other for each other's birthdays and text each other happy holidays and all that. But, when we lived together and we lived in Georgia, we called each other and saw each other all the time. And then, life grew. She dated, I dated, we moved, I moved, she moved. She got a different career or job versus me. I got a different job, I got a career, this, that. And so, like, our time was a little more tougher to, like, work it in. Like, I'm in Vegas, so I'm 3 hours behind her. She's in Georgia, so she's 3 hours ahead. So we got to be like, okay, does 6 a.m. work for you? Oh, girl, who getting up to talk at 6 a.m.? Okay, well then I have a 2 o'clock. Oh, 2 o'clock my time is like, what is that? It's about 11 a.m. I could do 11 a.m. my time, 2 p.m. your time. That works. Where we have to kind of figure out the schedule and stuff and, fit each other in. But it works. And it's like, it works for us. And we understand life goes on and everything. And then, like, how you talk to your friends too, right? There are certain friends where if they call me out of my name, I'd be like, ma'am, we don't have that type of relationship. And then there's some friends where they're like, hey, B, what's up, B? Hey, ho, what's up, the FUB? And I'll be like, LLL, ha, ha, ha. Like, it just depends on the friendship. But there's some friends where it's like they can say things to me that someone else could say, and I'd be like, oh, you trying to fight? You trying to start something? What you trying to do? So all depends. But communicating, and then also knowing your friends' communication styles. I have some friends who, when they get mad, they run away. They can't sit and look at you, right? For me, I'm either going to be directly to you, like, you did this, you did this, you did this, or I'm going to write it out, because I'm really good at getting my words out on paper. Like, I'm really good at expressing myself in writing. So sometimes I'll be like, I don't know how to say this, so give me a minute. I'm going to write this up and I'll email you, or I'll write it on a piece of paper. I prefer email or text because my handwriting is not that great. Okay. But I do my best. I try my best, and I do what I need to do so that my friends can understand where I'm coming from. And I try to be more subjective and like objective with what I'm saying and not so accusatory, because a lot of times people, when they try to tell you how you messed up, they never reflect. And for me, I try to reflect. I try to be like, listen, I really didn't like when you did this. And the reason I didn't like it is because it brings me back to when I was a child and this happened to me and this happened. And it just made me feel this type of way. And so I don't think you came at me that way. And, we haven't talked about this part of my childhood. So you don't understand why I feel that way about that. But it hurt and I did not like it. And so I need you to understand that, what you said hurt me. And it didn't hurt me per se because what you said, but what it made me feel and remember. And so I just want you to have this heads up on why I reacted, how I reacted. And the way I reacted was wrong because you did not understand the background. Like that kind of communication with your friends is very important. You gotta be up. You gotta be communicative. I always try to be as communicative as I can be. I try to tell people, like, sometimes I over explain things because I need people to understand this is what I mean. This is what I need. This is what I'm trying to say. Listen to me. Okay? Listen. What's that song by Beyonce? Listen, that song, okay? Play that when you hear this, okay? Because that's how I be feeling sometimes. I'll be like, you're not hearing me. I need you to open both your ears and let your brain transcribe what I'm saying. So those are things that, like, when I have a relationship with someone, like a friendship, right? My little girlfriends and stuff, I like to make sure that they know how to communicate and I can communicate with them. And sometimes I'll even say it. Like I'll say like any friend I've had since I was like 17 will say, oh yeah, Brittany will write me. Oh, Brittany doesn't like hugs. Brittany doesn't like, they know what I don't like because I'm very clear. I'm very like, this is a no for me. So no for me, dog. Okay. So once you know how to communicate with your friends and everything, I think that makes friendships a lot easier and picking up on things. Because sometimes friends, they don't know how to communicate that with you, or maybe they want to communicate or say something, but they don't know how to bring it up. And so they're trying to tiptoe into it. And you're kind of like, she wants to say something or he wants to say something. So pick it up and be like, babe, what's on your heart? What's on your mind? Speak the truth. It's the simple things. Come on, baby girl, tell me. Lay on my chest. I got you. I got you. I can hold you. I'll hold you. What's wrong, baby girl? Like, listen. And like, I'll tell my friends, like, whenever they address stuff with me, I always say, like, I'm really appreciative of the fact that you told me that. I'm thankful that you're open to me. I'm so glad that you feel like you can tell me that. I'm thankful that you could tell me that I did something and I can listen to you and correct it. And thank you for giving me the chance to correct it, because some people don't give you that chance. Some people be like, she did something I didn't like, cut her off. And it's like, sometimes you just got to explain that to people. So once you realize like that you're valuing your friends, you're good with your communication, sometimes you have to like sit back and think, try to figure out if that person really is your friend. And I have a lot of stories on that. And I learned to stop calling people my friends so quickly because we vibed or I like them, or I'm like, oh, they're so cool, that's my friend. Like, no, that's an acquaintance. And calling someone your acquaintance is not it's not a, what's the word? It's not insulting. I almost said assault. It's not insulting someone, but it's sometimes you categorize people wrongly. You know what I mean? Where it's like someone for a couple weeks, that's not your friend. A friend is someone who's there when your dog gets out and you need to cry, or you need someone to look for your dog with you, or print out the posters, or help you hang out posters. That's a friend. Okay? Acquaintance is someone you see, maybe you're in college, you see them 3 times a week. Talk to them for 20 minutes out of the 3 times a week. That's not a friend, that's an acquaintance. If they've never been at your house, or you've never been to their house, or you've never met their partner, or they never met your partner, or all those things, like they don't know no stories about your family, or they've never heard any of your struggles, that's not your friend. That's an acquaintance. If you have to filter yourself a lot around them, that's an acquaintance. I don't filter myself around my friends. Now, that might be something that my friends might like. They never said anything, but I will say I am one of those friends that you can't put me on speaker without letting me know, because I will say some things. My friends would be like, "Girl, you on speaker?" I'd be like, "You should have started with that, hun." But I'm gonna give you an example of realizing someone was an acquaintance, or wasn't my friend but was an acquaintance. So in college, when I first got to college, met my college best friend. Now, when I met her, she introduced me to someone else, and this friend invited someone else they knew to hang out with us. We went to like a little school party for homecoming, and so my friend introduced me to a friend, and that friend brought someone else, and the person she brought kind of joined the group, and so we came like 4 girls, and then I brought someone else in, and it was like we were a little clique. We always hang out and everything. Now, one thing about me is I'm an over preparer. I'm the type of person that if I'm going to the club, I got a battery charger, I got a cord, I got sanitizer, I got perfume, I got 3 lip glosses, 6 lipsticks, I got gum, I got mints, I got toilet seat covers, I've got extra toilet tissue, I've got everything in my purse, okay? I stay ready because I'm like, you never know what will happen. You never know. So I'm one of those people that always have stuff. And get it from my grandma and my mom, but I'm low key a little bit of a hoarder. Still working on coming to the realization that I am a hoarder, but we're gonna call myself a low key hoarder until then. I be cracking myself up, you guys. I be laughing at myself. But so this friend, right, who really was an acquaintance, would always borrow stuff from me, right? Oh, girl, I like those earrings you have. Can I borrow those? Yeah, go ahead. Then when she would give them back, it would be one earring, or it'd be both the earrings, but one would be broken, or it'd be missing a piece, or some of the studs be falling off. Or she would borrow, like, she'd be like, "Can I use your shampoo and conditioner? I just ran out. I'm gonna buy some more when I go to the store this weekend." Well, yeah, sure. And then she'll text me and be like, "How much are these products? Because I basically used it all. There's not even that much in it left. How much is it? I'll send it to you." And it'd be like, that was a brand new bottle of shampoo. How'd you go through all that shampoo? Or how did you use all my gel? I bought one of them big old things of gel. How'd you go through that? And it was always asking me for stuff. And then whenever I asked for something, it was like, "Oh, I gotta see how much I have," or, but I never blinked. I was just like, "Oh, yeah. Here's my shampoo. Here's my bracelets. Here's my shoes. Here's my," like, I just giving, right? And I started noticing that I was giving a lot and my stuff was returned broken, or I wasn't getting it back because they used it all. But they would say they would cash at me. Sometimes they would cash at me. Sometimes I'd have to pull their teeth to get the money back. Sometimes they'd be like, "Oh, I'll just buy you a new product. I'll just buy you a new product." And they'd buy it, but it'd be like 2-3 weeks later. And so, like, after a while, it was just like, and I started being like, "Oh, I'm actually wearing those earrings today. So, or, oh, I lent some to someone else. Sorry. When I give them back, if you still need them, I'll let you know when I get them back. Oh, that person didn't give them back, so I don't have them right now. Like coming up with little excuses and stuff. And so once I started realizing that I was giving a lot, I started like kind of bringing it up to other people. Like, is it me? Or do you feel like this person is always taking from me? And they're like, oh, no, 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 I don't think so. Have you said anything? And I'll be like, I want to say something, but before I say something, I want to make sure I'm not like overthinking it, like, because if I'm overthinking it, let me know and I'll like reprocess and then bring it up. But if I'm like hitting it on a nail, let me know so I can go and I can talk, I can do the communicating. And, some of the people I was asking this question to, they were a little passive. So of course they were like, no, I don't think so. I don't see the problem. So I'm like, okay. And I stayed friends with that person for a good minute. And let me see, I'm trying to think there was a few instances. That's why I'm like, let me think. But there was this one instance that made me really be like, no, 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 no. You're not my friend. You're really not my friend. Right? And like, honestly, there was a lot of times where I could have been like, this is not my friend. But like, I really swept it under the rug because it was just like, maybe I kept being like, maybe it's just, I'm different with people. I was raised different. Maybe I treat friends different. But so, what was it? This friend's birthday comes up. Day of the birthday. I'm like, hey girl, did you want me to come over early? I can help you set up and stuff. And they're like, oh my God, that would be so amazing. Yes, yes, yes. Everybody's coming over at, let's say, 1:00. So if you want to come over anytime before that, that'd be cool. I'm like, okay, cool. So I get there maybe at like, let's say 11:30, right? And I get there, and as soon as I get there, girl, we gotta go to the store. So now we go to the store. Now I'm shopping with this person. We get back. Now I'm helping them cook, right? We done shopped. We done cooked. Then I'm putting up balloons. I'm hanging up all this stuff and organizing the chairs and repeating their list to them. Like, yes, you got balloons. We couldn't find the specific macaroni noodles you wanted, but we got these type of noodles and like all that. I set up the party and everything. And as soon as everybody walks in, I get pushed aside. You don't talk to me. No one really talks to me. I'm sitting in a corner kind of by myself, like, and then as everybody starts leaving, you will come up to me and go, are you going to help me take everything down? And I'm sitting there like, you barely talk to me. You barely acknowledge me. You didn't really introduce me to the people I don't know because it was a bunch of people I didn't know. And it was like family members I had never met before. It was like friends from the job she worked at and all that. So I didn't really know anybody. Maybe one other person, maybe two. And I'm saying maybe two, but I can't really remember. But I didn't really know everybody. And I didn't get like a, hey, this is Brittany, or hey, this is my friend from college. None of that. And I'm like, I can help a little bit, but I do have to go home and do X, Y, and Z and da 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 da. Right? And so I help clean. And she's like, you're such a good friend. And I'm like, thank you. Thank you. And then I don't hear from this friend for a couple weeks. Weeks go by. And then they had bought tickets to a concert. And the day before the concert, they hit me up saying, oh, well, something came up. Do you want to buy these tickets off of me? And I'm like, what concert? Where is it at? When is it? Like I'm asking questions. And they're like, oh, it's tomorrow. It's in Atlanta. It's this, it's that, it's this. And I'm like, how much? Like, this is so last minute, you know? And they're like, oh, da, da, da. Well, I paid, let's say, I paid 120, so you can give me 90. I didn't even know this concert existed. Now so I'm like, oh, that's too soon for me. So thank you. Thank you. But I hope you find someone who buys the tickets. And what about my day? And I started realizing we hadn't talked in months. And when we did talk a lot, I was the one who was starting the conversation. So I started being like, I'm not going to text her. And let's see how long it goes again before she talks to me. And then what I realized was every time I did get a message from her, she needed something. So she called me. When she needed something, I was there because I'm a reliable person. But if she didn't need anything, I didn't exist. And I was like, hmm, hmm. And I was like, she's not my friend. She's not. She's an acquaintance, someone I went to college with, someone I hung out with, but we're not friends. And I started saying that. And anytime someone who knew her as my friend, I'd be like, oh no, we're not friends, we're acquaintances. And they'd be like, what happened? I'd be like, nothing. I just realized we weren't really friends. I don't really know her and she don't really know me. Because if she knew me the way I would think she would know me, then she wouldn't treat me how she treated me. And if she knew me how she was supposed to know me and she treated me like that, that's not what a real friend is in my eyes. Right? And like I said, I had situations and situations with her. I could sit here for a long time and give you stories about how this person did me wrong. And I kept being like, like my little sister had to be like, no, that's not your friend because of something that happened between us. So after a while, I just was like, and I don't hear from her. She still got my number. She's still on my social media. She might even see this, but I didn't add her, so it don't matter. Anyway, but I stopped calling her my friend because I started realizing you don't treat your friends that way. And I never treated my friends that way. I gave and I was there and I was there and I was there. And I'm just like, it's not being returned. So I pulled back. And like I said, no communication. No communication. Because she wasn't communicating with me, and I started feeling like she wasn't reciprocating how I was treating her, and she was treating me not like a real friend, but like somebody she could rely on. I started like setting boundaries with myself. I didn't set boundaries with her because honestly, it felt like it would have been a waste of time to be like, so for me, so I said it for myself. I said, if she calls or texts me and she immediately starts asking me to do something, I'm just going to let her know, hey, I'm sorry, I can't do that. And I'm not going to give an excuse. I'm just going to say I can't or no, thank you. And if she asks for a reason, I'll say, oh, yeah, that just it doesn't work for me. Sorry. I hope you find somebody, or I hope that, you figure it out. But I'm not going to allow someone to keep walking over me. So I set boundaries with myself to that relationship. And I didn't, like I said, still got my number, still got me on social media, can see all my stuff. I didn't block her. I didn't cut her off, really. I just let the relationship just fizzle out. The line goes straight kind of thing. And it is what it is, right? And then there's friends where maybe it's the fact that I moved from Georgia back to the West Coast. So our friendship, because I'm not in person, they don't really talk to me, or they don't really, message me as much as they used to. And it's like, I understand that because, like I said, the time difference plays a part in like life, life. I'm 26. I don't have the time that I used to have when I was 20, 21, I'm not doing the same things I was doing at that age either. I've changed. I've gone through some things. I've grown, you know, like when I was 21 till about maybe a few years before I moved back out here. Like when my mom passed, I kind of got into clubbing heavily. And there was one friend that I always clubbed with. And before I got into therapy, I was clubbing and clubbing and clubbing. I was clubbing so much I was going to the club 3 times a week. 3 times a week. Like 3 times a week. Okay. Thursday, Friday. Oh wait, no. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yep, I was going Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 3 days in a row going to the club, okay? And it got to a point that I was a regular at the club, okay? The bartenders knew me, the bouncers knew me, they knew my friend, we knew people who also were regulars, okay? They'd be like, hey, I didn't see you on Thursday. I'd be like, I had to go to the doctor, or this, or, I was tired from work, or da 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 da, you know? So, like I was going, and with this friend, I always went with her, and it was cool until like I started going to therapy, and I started realizing I was using clubbing to avoid my emotions over losing my mom, over losing all the people who just dropped out of my life, and all these different things that I didn't realize what I was doing was not so good for me. And it was like I was getting so drunk. Like I was telling my therapist, I got so drunk once, I lost my phone in my apartment in front of my bathroom, thinking I left it in my friend's car, and had my sister calling her and trying to figure out where my phone was for a whole day. For a whole day, I was convinced my phone was with my friend, and it was outside the bathroom door. That's how drunk I had got. How drunk, because I was so in this bad place. And you know I was like, the clubbing part was fun, but I was just not doing it responsibly, and I wasn't being smart, and I was just not being a good me. So after I got into counseling and I found the right therapist, and I was talking to my therapist, we agreed to cut it down. And I slowly was like, I don't vibe with clubbing anymore. It doesn't feel as great as it did when I was in that bad space. Now I just feel awkward and uncomfortable. And so I started asking my friend, like, hey, do you want to come over? I bought some canvases. I got some paint, some new paintbrushes. There's this cute little movie on Netflix or Hulu or whatever. And, I'll make some like baked chicken and some mashed potatoes and some green beans or some asparagus or whatever. Or I'll make some tacos or some enchiladas or whatever I'll cook. You want to come over? I'll cook. We can watch a movie. We can paint. We can, 420. We can have like a nice little glass of wine and kiki and talk about, oh my God, this guy was hitting on me in Walmart and like all that. And every time she'd be like, girl, I'll let you know. I'll let you know. And that day would come and go. And she wouldn't hit me up. She wouldn't text me. She wouldn't message me. And then I'd be like, hey, I saw you into the club. How was the club? And she'd be like, it was so good. I missed you. And I'd be like, I missed you too, but I was painting. And she was like, oh, how was that? And it's like, and after a while, I started realizing I only saw this friend when I went to the club, which sucked because we were so close before we started clubbing. But once that happened, it started being like, she'd be like, you should come out. I'd be like, me and my therapist agreed that, I shouldn't be going to the club. It's getting expensive and da 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 da. And like, I would invite her over for things and she would never show up. And after a while, we just stopped hanging out, but she would message me, or like if I posted like a video of us at the club or hanging out or doing something, like, because before we really got into clubbing, we would go places together. We'd go to lunch or something, and I'd be like, oh my God, I miss going out with my girls to a brunch or something. I miss having a little mimosa with my girlies, and she'd be like, girl, I miss you, and I'd be like, I miss you too, I can make us some mimosas, and she'd be like, oh, yeah, I'll let you know. and it just kind of fizzled out. And, you know, like I said, it fizzled out. And she's not blocked on social media. She might see this video. She has my phone number. I've had the same phone number for a good couple years. So she can call me. She can text me. I have Instagram. I have Facebook. I have Snapchat. I don't really go on Twitter, so that don't really exist. But I got TikTok, and you know, we haven't talked. And I'm not mad at her. I'm not angry. I'm not like F her or we're not friends. I just now kind of see her as an associate because we don't really hang out. We don't really talk. I don't really know what's going on in her life. I don't know if she's married, if she's had a kid. I don't know nothing unless I creep on her page, but I'm not really doing that. Sometimes her story will pop up and I'll click it and watch it, but I'm not sitting there stalking her life. So I don't really know what's going on, but I'm happy for her whenever she posts anything amazing. I'm like, oh, good girl. Yay. Not good girl. My bad. When you have a dog. Oh my God. But I'm like, you go, girl. Yes. Congratulations. Congratulations. Work so hard and then another nation. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I set my boundaries with myself that I wasn't gonna go to a club. And I haven't really gone clubbing in a minute. Like, it's been a minute. I don't drink as much. I don't really honestly, I'm more like a lounge or like I for me personally, it's the music because I like music that I can relate to, and I'm not Sexy Red. I'm not Megan Thee Stallion. I'm not. I'm a Lauryn Hill just got Erykah Badu kind of girl, and they not playing that in a club. And if they do, it's always like some weird remix where they like remix songs that don't go with the song into the song, and I'm like, I want to hear Lauren say that thing, that thing, that thing. I want to hear whatever, 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 whatever. I wanna vogue to like some to some let me see who can I vogue to? I don't know, I guess a little Madonna. I like a little Madonna. Like a virgin. Like I'm very like my music, like when I'm cooking, when I'm cleaning, when I'm doing my makeup, it's like certain songs. Sometimes I'll be doing my makeup to Cheetah Girls. I'll be like, you gotta strut like you mean it. See your mind is not enough just to feel it. Come on, get out. It's your chance to shine. Strut, strut, strut. Like that's how I be doing my makeup. I be getting dressed and be like, Cheetah Girls. 1, 2, 3, all together now. Together, 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 everyone. We're all in this together. Once you know, dun, 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 dun. I be Disneying it out, okay? I will be in the shower hitting the boom clap, boom de clap, boom boom clap, boom de clap, boom boom clap, boom de clap, 1, 2, 3. Like I'm so serious. I will. Okay, throw on some old Disney Channel music from when I was growing up, and I will boom clap. I will Cheetah Girls. I will strut. I will High School Musical it up real quick, right? But I'm not really listening to new music. Like honestly, I've been going back and listening to music. Like I've been in my playlist bag lately, and it's playlists I made when I was like 16 to like 20. And so it's like old music, okay? I'm listening to Missy Elliott again. I'm listening to old Sierra. I'm listening to Ludacris. I'm listening to like all this music that I listened to growing up. And I'm like, I'm just remembering this great music I grew up on. So I haven't really been connected to the music that's coming out now. Like people were like, "Did you hear that new this song? Or did you hear this new person draw?" I'm like, "No." And I usually don't go look it up. Like I don't. I'm sorry, I don't. Okay, I don't. Like I listened to the new Doechii album. I loved it. I love that album. I liked Cowboy Carter. Okay, I'm definitely going to try to get me some tickets. But I haven't heard any new songs. Like honestly, it's been a good minute. So it just depends. But because of that, I feel like going to the club doesn't make sense for me. And then also I was in a club in the South and I didn't grow up in the Southern music genre, So like sometimes I'd be like, I don't know this song. But it got to the point where like I was there so much that I knew the song but didn't know the song. I'd be like, I know this beat. And I'd be like boom chicka boom chicka boom chicka boom chicka boom chicka boom chicka boom 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 boom. Like just vibing with it. But I got to a point where it just didn't fit me anymore. And I miss dancing. I love a good little dance and a little and a little bop. But I don't hear the music I want to dance to. So I don't really go to the clubs. And I'm very particular about who I go to the club with because I have very strong boundaries when I go to the club because there's so much that happens when you go to the club. So it's like, but like I said, the friend's not blocked. I don't have any hate for her. I just feel like we grew apart or the distance and the time change made our relationship not as easy. But I still love the girl. I still think she's amazing. I don't think she's done me wrong like the other person I was talking about. The other person, like I said, I got a list of things we could talk about where she did me wrong. But this friend, it was just more like I started changing and started working on myself. And the things that we did together didn't really fit. So, but yeah, that's that's the episode. I don't really want to keep you guys too long, and I hope I really did help you understand. Maybe when I was talking, y'all was like, "Oh my god, that's me and so," or "Oh my god, I just said that. Oh my god, I gotta send this to my mom so she can see what I was talking about." Or maybe you're hearing me and you're like, "Am I that friend?" Maybe you're recognizing yourself. Maybe you're recognizing someone else. I'm not going to put that on you. If you do, hey, it's good to realize. Welcome to accountability, which is what we're going to be doing the rest of this year. Okay? Let's be accountable. Let's be better friends. Let's be good people to our friends. Let's treat our friends like how we want to be treated. Because I know I treat my friends like amazingly. Okay, one thing about it, two things for certain. I treat my friends amazing. I know I'm a good friend. And I always say this. I don't care what no one says. I'm a good friend because I'm a good person. And if I wasn't a good friend, why would so many people consistently tell me I'm a good friend? I've legit, I don't know if she'll see this, but I have a friend who during COVID, like when I was going through my stuff, I went on Bumble to make friends. And I was talking to a lot of different people and I was gelling with a lot of people. And there was this one girl and I was like, I like her. And I invited her to go out with us while I was still in the clubbing time. And I mean, within like 2 minutes of meeting her, we was just talking and talking. And it's very interesting because when I first meet people, I'm very like quiet because I'd like to see what other, like I'm very like, I'm a lot. So I'm going to give you me in doses and then slowly you'll get the whole picture, right? We're going to give you like a few drops today. Tomorrow I'll give you a cup and the next week you'll get a picture, right? Like that's how I am when I meet new people. But with her, it was like immediately we clicked. Immediately I was like, I like this girl. She is awesome, right? And when I stopped going to the club as much, she started coming over to my house. She would paint with me. Or sometimes I'd be painting and she'd just be watching a movie with me. She'd come over and I'd cook and she would eat. Sometimes like she would have to drop something off that for her mom and be near me. And she would come and just chill with me for like 10, 15 minutes. Just be like, hey, you mind if I stop by for a few minutes? I'd be like, sure, come on in. Come on in. Her daughter, love her. Like we just really, and like she told me, she was like, I miss you. Since you left Georgia, I have not been able to find a friend like you because you were real, genuine, you're real. And I'm like, girl, I said the same thing about you because when I first met you, I was like, that's my boo, that's my friend, and we're still friends. And I barely knew her then. When I moved back to the West Coast, I had only knew her a couple months, and she's still such a good friend to the point that she's coming to my birthday out in Vegas. She's flying out here to Vegas from Georgia for my birthday this year. That's how good of a friend she is. And I haven't even known her that many years. In person, I only knew her a couple months, maybe like 5 months in person. And that's how I know I'm a good friend. Because you're not dropping money on a plane ticket to go visit somebody who you only knew in person 5 months if they weren't good to you. And I'm not trying to be cocky. I'm not trying to be like, I'm that, but I'm just saying it shows. The evidence is there. Okay, the results just came in and I'm 100% that bit. No, but you get what I'm saying, right? Like, I treated her very well and she treated me well. That's why we're still close. And we talk every once in a while when we have time. Life gets in the way, like I said. But we're good. We're good. And I love the fact that, like, I know that we both see each other how we see each other. Like, when I think about her, I smile because she's just amazing. And I'm like, sometimes she'll be like, oh my God, I was thinking about you. And I'm like, oh my God, oh, so sweet, so sweet. So I say all this because I've been through it. I've lost friends, I've gained friends. And because I don't want to make this long, I'm not going to sit here and be like, this friend, this. But I wanted to give you guys some examples, explain my reasoning, and hopefully you can understand what I'm saying, and hopefully you'll be a better friend. Hopefully. You never know. But thank you guys for coming to Baddie Bree's Diary podcast. I hope today you feel like we talked real good. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Comment below, like, share, tell your aunties, tell your girlfriends, tell your boyfriends, tell them all. Send this to your peoples and let them know that Bree, we got you. I'm going to help you guys get it together. Okay, 2025, we're being accountable. Let's be accountable. Let's be better friends. Let's be good friends. Let's be great friends. Forget good, great, okay? Let's be that friend, okay? Okay? But, alright, I'm going to let y'all go. This little call we just had, it was good. I hope you guys feel better, and I hope you guys have a great day. Happy Black History Month.